Okay. If you guys have questions, what does this webinar cover? This is going to be covering how to build Confluence in a trade. So basically what you need to see in order to be successful, finding good trade setups and things like that.
Is it cool if I ask a couple questions on the mic, or is that a problem?
Just ask them in the chat and I'll get to them because I kind of got something I'm going to be going over, and then ask them in the chat, and if they're too complicated, I'll put you on the mic. Does that work?
All right, cool. I just wanted to mention something. I am new to this. It's my first, I'm pretty new, so I'll just be really patient. I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions.
I appreciate those who ask questions.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yep. One of the big things I care about is the people that actually care and are actually trying to learn, not just try and get trade signals. I'm not really in love with that. I give them out, but the main reason I have this whole thing created is because I want to teach people how to trade, not just move. I want you to make your own money, So just make sure everything is muted, things like that. One moment. Okay. All right. Let's get started. People can join as we get going. Okay. So everybody see my screen? We're all good here with this? We're going to start with, okay, so I recently posted my watch list, and we're going to kind of just break down some of those things, how we're going to build Confluence for a trade. So the first thing is we need to understand multi-time frame analysis. So if you guys don't know what multi-time frame analysis is, it means that I'm looking at multiple time frames. If you're asking what's the best time frame to look at, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that asks that, because you need to be looking at all different time frames. You should not be looking at one time frame to take a trade. You should be looking at all different ones. So the ones that I recommend, if you're a swing trader, I like to look at the weekly, the daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour. If I am day trading, I like to look at the 4 hour, 1 hour, and the 15-minute, sometimes the 3-minute, but I mainly like to swing. So that's what I'm going to be focused on today and showing you guys. And also swing trading, you're looking for a lot bigger moves. It's better for small accounts. A swing trader is somebody that is holding a position for longer than 1 day. So a swing trader is someone that holds a position for more than 1 day. A day trader is exactly what it sounds like. I buy and sell a security in the exact same day. Swing trader is I buy and sell something. Maybe I sell it in 2 days, a week, a month, and so on. It's just not the same day. So yeah. Next, so back to what I was saying. You want to be looking at all different time frames when it comes to these things. So we're going to be going over swing trading because I think that's easier for a beginner. Something to keep in mind is that you have more time to analyze the trade if you are swing trading. You have more time to analyze it, and you're going to get a bigger move out of the trade in general because you're looking for that bigger move. So we're going to be going over that a little bit. So first thing, I'm just going to go over some examples. So what we want to see is if we're looking for a bullish setup, we are looking for bullish reasons to be in a trade. And basically what we want to look for is bullish reasons on a daily time frame, a weekly time frame, and so on. We want to find multiple time frames that agree with our analysis. So say I look at the weekly time frame and I see that we look bullish here, right? We're holding this support level, we're holding this trend line, and basically I'm thinking, okay, we need to go, or I'm thinking we're going to go up from here. Based on my swing analysis, looking at the weekly time frame, it looks like we're going to go up from here. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to break it down and I'm going to look at, okay, so what are some reasons? Let's just walk through and talk about some reasons, right? Why would we take this trade? Okay, so there's a trend line bounce and we're starting on the weekly, right? So weekly time frame. Another thing we're looking at, we're holding support on weekly time frame. Okay. Next thing, see this MACD looks like it's about to cross over, showing us a shift in momentum, meaning that momentum is going to shift to the upside. Okay. So if you need a prior example, look at the last time it crossed down. When it crossed down, look at this drastic pullback we had, right? So that's what I'm looking for now. So MACD curling on weekly. Okay, so I already have 3 reasons to be in this trade just based on the weekly time frame. Seems pretty good, right? No, it's not. We're going to break it down even further. We're going to go to the daily time frame, okay? So next thing we want to look at is, okay, so what do we see that may be bullish on the week or daily time frame? So let's break it down a little bit. Let's pull my box back down if I can find it. We're going to pull this down. We're going to go here and something that we see that's bullish, right? So some of this is going to take practice. Like I suggest pulling up the charts or Googling chart patterns on just Google and pulling those chart patterns so you know what's bullish and bearish. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what chart patterns are. Candlestick patterns. Google a spreadsheet for candlestick patterns. We have all this in the education tab already in the Discord. So if you want to go there, you can find the good examples there. I already have them for you. But so yeah, you need to know some of these things to be able to trade, right? There you go. See, Signals members know what's going on. I'll be going over this with you guys. Pinky and Brain said double bottom, right? Okay, so we're seeing that right here. So we have a double bottom here. Bottom, right? And then here's the next bottom. We got a double bottom, so a refusal to go lower, and just so happens to be at this trend line, right? Okay, so that's something we want to add to this, to our confluences as to why we're taking the trade. We're just going from bigger time frames to smaller, right? You're going to get your bigger idea from the bigger time frame, the weekly, and then you're going to drill down to the daily, and you're going to find more reasons to be into that trade. So one thing, double bottom, right? Okay, next thing, we have this candle is a bullish engulfing. Why? Because it's bigger. This entire body of this candle is bigger than this body of this candle here. Actually, the entire candle for that matter. It engulfs this entire last candle. It basically eats it up, right? So bullish engulfing on daily. Okay, so that's another reason to be in this trade. So right now we've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons to be in this trade. So that may be good enough, but we're not in the game for good enough, right? We're in here to be the best. So next thing we're going to be looking at, we got this, looks like the change of momentum happening on the MACD. Add that in. Change in momentum on MACD. Okay, so yeah, we've got some good things going on for this. We got 6 reasons just looking at the weekly and daily time frame. Let's go down a little further. Double bottom becomes really obvious here. Boom, boom, double bottom, refuse to go lower. We go to the 1 hour. Okay, so one other thing we can look at here. So a pattern that shows up. So I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm going to pull up so it makes it even better to understand. I'm going to make it really clear for you guys. So first, let's go back here. We can go to the weekly. So we're looking at this, right? Let's go to the daily time frame. Bullish engulfing. Let's look up what a bullish engulfing looks like, right? Bullish engulfing. Engulfing. Looks pretty similar, right? We got candle smaller than this candle. We're looking at that same idea. It looks almost identical, right? Bullish engulfing. So you know you can mark that down as a good one. So if I look up, I'll show you an example. Chart patterns, stocks. We go here. There's plenty of templates where you can just take patterns, all these different patterns, and just save it. Put it next to your desk, save it on your phone, whatever. Go and look at it on your phone, and you have all these examples of different chart patterns that you can use, right? And here's the example of the double bottom. Boom, same idea. Look on the 4 hour, it looks even more clear, right? Double bottom, double bottom. Okay, so now that we broke it down even further, what's another thing that we're seeing here on the 4 hour? This one's a tough one. Anybody know what we're seeing here? This pattern right here. Anybody can tell me? It's not a bullish engulfing. I'm going to let you know that right now because we already put that down. But what do you see here in this candlestick formation? Anybody know? 3 crows. I'm looking at between this, and this candle right here. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody know? I got 3 crows. That's the only guess I got. All right, I'm about to show you then. Morning star pattern. Let's go look at images. This will show up if you look up candlestick pattern chart, right? Morning star. See that here? This can be red or green. It doesn't really matter. But see the same idea? Pull back. Morning star. Complete the move with the morning star. So here's another reason to be in the trade. Okay. So we're looking at the 4 hour. We type in adding confluences. Do this with every trade. What are you going to lose? It's only going to make you a better trader, right? Okay. So next thing, morning star on 4 hour. Boom. We're looking really good now. Okay. We have 7 reasons to be in this trade, right? And what do we do here? So one of the things that we did do was we broke the most recent lower high. So we're in a trending market of lower highs and lower lows. So we're in a downtrend. And basically what we did was on the hourly chart, we broke this when we broke this level here, because this was the most recent lower high, and a trend changes when you find this here. There's no minimum or maximum. For someone asked minimum number of reasons you want to enter before taking a trade. So like how many reasons do I want to have? It's more so I want to see Confluence on every single time frame. So as you can see here, like we've gone from the weekly all the way down to the 1 hour, and we've gone through 4 different charts, and we're looking at confluences that add up. So like my original thought process when I looked at the weekly chart was we were bullish, right? So if we're bullish, my idea is that I'm going to look for more bullish things on the lower time frame. So I go down to the daily. Do I see bullish stuff? Yes. Do I go down to the 4 hour? Do I see more bullish things? Yes. Go down to the 1 hour. Do I have more bullish things? Yes. Every single time I go to a different chart, different time for a chart, it's letting me know, hey, this is looking like it's going to go up on every time frame. So I don't really have a minimum number. I like to see multiple time frames agreeing with my analysis on the bigger time frame to be able to take a trade. So finishing off on the 1 hour, we have this break of the most recent lower high, which also gives us indication that a trend change is potentially going to happen. Okay, so we have that. We go in, we put this most recent lower high is broken. So now when we go into this trade, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reasons to be in this trade. So that's kind of what this is, kind of a breakdown of a trade that I took Friday. I swung calls in KR, and I'm looking for a move back up to $46. And we have about a month's worth of time. So ends in September. Sorry, not September, November. Expires in November, so we have plenty of time. I'm looking for a bounce off this trend line back to the upside and testing this most recent lower low on the weekly time frame. If we break above, that's great, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. We bring one more confluence to this trade. We also have a gap here to fill up to 46.50. So there's another reason for you to be in the trade. So we go in, let's add that one more piece of confluence. Gap to fill on or up to 46.50. So that's basically breaking down all the reasons why I would get in this trade. Somebody asked, what is 3 crows? Just do a Google search. We'll go here. Candlestick chart patterns. Candlestick pattern. Here we go. That's worded weird. Okay, here you go. So let's see. Do we have crows? The crows in here. One moment. Let's see. 3 white soldiers, 3 black crows right here. So someone's, oh. I don't know what just happened. Okay, but someone said three black crows, right? You could, let's go down to the lower time frames. And he said on the 4-hour, 3 black crows. Maybe, kind of, but see how small these candles are here? We want it to look almost picture perfect. If it's not picture perfect, don't take it, right? Right here, 3 black crows. See how each of these are about the same size? These are pretty far off in dimensions when it comes to size. But if you look at Morningstar, look how perfect that looks. Morningstar right here. See that? Our confirmation is the double bottom and the bullish engulfing after the Morningstar and the retest. So kind of basically what you are talking about right there is you're combining multiple different concepts. So yes, we have a double bottom. We broke the neckline here. So basically what we'd be looking for is a retest of this level to move higher. But yes, that is correct. So good confirmation is that break of this neckline, but even better for the bullish engulfing after this, yes. So the Morningstar pattern would not be complete without this bullish engulfing. So we need that bullish engulfing in order to complete this Morningstar pattern. Because if we just had this Morningstar and then continue lower, it wouldn't be considered a Morningstar. A Morningstar needs that bullish engulfing candle that comes after it to confirm. And if you even look here, we have the same idea of Morningstar and then push back up. Does that answer your question? Okay. So anybody have questions on that? How I went through each of these charts and found reasoning for each of these. And this is how I came up with the trade idea. Okay, cool. So let's see. Let's do a bearish example. Let's see if we can find one. Okay. So I'm not going to go through and write all these, but I'm going to walk you through the same idea. We have a support level here. I'll go through and write them. I'll do it. So we have a weekly resistance level first. Then we have the MACD looking like it's losing momentum here. So that's 2 reasons on the weekly chart. Another thing is we have a shooting star pattern here at resistance right here. So shooting star. Let's go back to this here. Shooting star. See that? It doesn't have to be the dead top, but it needs to be that candle right here to show exactly what's going on. So the shooting star right here. Let's see if it has good volume. low volume. Okay, well, either way, this is just an example, but we have the shooting star here. Now, let's go shooting star on weekly. Let's go down to the daily. And basically, this is going to tell you if the setup's ready or not, right? So if you go down to the lower time frames and they look bearish, so think about it in this context. So we have on the weekly, it looks bearish, right? So it looks like we could potentially make a move back down to this trend line. Okay, so number one, we look bearish on the weekly time frame. So people are already looking at this. If you are a longer term trader, you're looking at the weekly time frame, you see this, and we look bearish. Okay, so let's go down. So there's already people looking at this weekly chart with a bearish mindset. Go to the daily time frame. Okay, so now we have we want this time frame to agree, because then we got shorter term traders looking at the daily time frame saying, okay, is this bearish or not? We want them to say it's bearish as well. So we have all the people looking at the weekly time frame thinking it's bearish. Then we want everybody looking at the daily time frame, because most people don't do multi-time frame analysis. We want everybody looking at the weekly or the daily time frame to also think the same thing. It looks bearish, right? Okay, so now we go to the 4 hour. We want all the 4 hour traders, people that are looking at the 4 hour chart, to think, oh, this looks bearish. We want that same idea, same ideology, like have the same thought process, right? Okay, then we go to the 1 hour. We want everyone to think bearishly on the 1 hour. So then we have basically an army of different people looking at different time frames that all agree. So it's like if you had a basketball team and you got, say, one guy is the weekly time frame, one guy is the daily, another guy is the 4 hour, another guy is the 1 hour, and then you're the point guard, right? Okay, so you need your center, your shooting guard, your small forward, your power forward, all to be on the same page. You want to be on the same team, on the same page. What you want to notice is you want your center, the big guy, the weekly time frame, to be on the same page as you. So you need him to be on the same page in order to run this play correctly, right? Okay, same thing for your power forward. You need him to be on the same page as you to be able to run this play effectively to win the game. And same going down with your small forward, your shooting guard, all the way down. You need everybody on the team to play with the same idea in mind, with the same end goal in mind, right? And that's how you're going to get this if you're looking through all the different time frames, giving you reasons to be in, right? So every single player on the court has a reason to achieve that goal. Or in other words, every person looking at each time frame has a reason to be bearish on this particular stock. Okay, so continuing down, daily time frame, we have another shooting star that's forming, right? We have earnings, which I did not know we had earnings this soon. But okay, so we have earnings, right? But pretend earnings weren't there. This is just an example, right? Okay, so now we have another shooting star. Okay. Now, one thing that would make us hesitate to pull the trigger is we haven't broke this most recent higher low. We're in an uptrend. We have not broken this higher low. So a good indication to wait to get into this trade would be a break below, come back up and retest. If you're a Signals member, you know exactly what the retest is. And then we wait for that higher or that lower high to be created, ultimately creating a downtrend, and boom, we get that move back down. That's what we're looking for here in order to confirm our entry, right? We need that break of structure, of market structure. That video's in the webinar recordings, market structure. I definitely make sure you would check that out. So that's the next thing, right? Let's go down to the lower time frame. 4 hour. Not too much to see here, right? Maybe a potential double top here forming. We could call this a double top, but it's not confirmed until we break this neckline right here. So we have a potential double top on the 4 hour that we could be running with and use for Confluence in our trade. Double top. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's unable to make a real higher high. And it's really confirmed when we break the most recent lower high. Or, yep, exactly. Double top 4 hour. Okay. How's the MACD looking on the daily? Looks bearish, right? Okay, here's another reason. Okay. 4 hour MACD looks bearish is there as well. Let's just skip that part for now. Okay, one other thing. Now what are we looking at? We're trading in a range, but what does this look like to you? Anybody know what this would be? This chart pattern? Any guesses? No? No guesses here? Okay. We got a bear flag forming. So now we've had a, there you go. Caroline, you got it. Nice job. Break it down a little bit. We have a bear flag forming. We had a push down, and now we're consolidating, getting ready for the next move. So there's another reason to be in this trade here. Can I go over SPX and SPY? Yeah, I'll do that after this. So lastly, 1 hour, we have bear flag. Boom. There's all of our confluences for this trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, last thing we want to see for this, for us to actually initiate and take this trade, right, is we want to see a breakdown. We want to see a breakdown of structure, break past that lower high, and have that move that we were talking about. Boom. Create a higher low, or sorry, create a lower high, breakdown, right? So that's what we want to see next. Probably won't end up playing this because we got earnings, maybe a lotto earnings. But that's what we're looking for. So that's confluences when it comes to a bearish setup. So that's all I have in terms of doing different setups. Do people have questions about building confluence for your trade? The main idea is try to find, like, to take something home away with you. Think about basically you want a weekly, you want to have 3 different time frames agree with your analysis. So you want to have 3 different time frames agree with your analysis and give you reasons to be in this trade. You want to build that whole team, that whole army of people looking at the same thing as you on all different time frames, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go over my SPY analysis. Okay, so I'm gonna do this real quick. People, ask any questions you got in the chat, and then we can go over those. And then I want to go over one more thing with you after SPY that I think is pretty important. So first thing is we have a support. We have a support here that is a pretty significant level. As you can see, for weeks in a row, we rejected back here. We bounced perfectly after CPI data here. So, and we formed this spinning top on the weekly. So, and then we formed a bullish engulfing after. And then we have the MACD crossing up. We have this downtrend line we've been keeping for a while. And so what I'm looking for is at least a move to this 390 level and hopefully get a push up to somewhere around here, around 400. I'm thinking that we will meet this trend line and ultimately either break or reject back to equal lows or possibly lower lows. So that's what I'm looking for SPY. If we break this level, I think we could see some real blood. I think it's almost self-evident that we will reach pre-COVID highs if we do break this level back to 337, and I will definitely be interested in puts under this level. But right now, the way the MACD is looking, the way these candlestick patterns are looking, it's looking like we're going to be bullish for at least the next week or two. So that's my analysis on SPY. Let me know if you have more questions on that. What time frames do I prefer? Swing trading, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. Day trading, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15-minute and 3-minute. I look at the daily as well, but I prefer to swing trade, obviously. So these are the ones that I typically look at. Are all of these four right here that I usually look at I do look at on a day-to-day basis. Let me know if you guys have more questions. And I'm gonna pull up one more thing. What's the MACD? How to add it? MACD. So this is something I'm going to be going over with the strategy people or the signals members. A really easy strategy you can use with the MACD. I'm not going to go over it now, but if you want to get more information on that, I will go over it this week, and I will be releasing a full webinar on exactly how to use it and how I use it and how it can be really effective for your swing trades. So hold off on that. The MACD is basically like, this is the signal line. So this is the MACD, the yellow line, and then the red line is what crosses over. I'll do a fully in depth. I know you're in the chat or signals chat, so I will be posting a full video on that and how to use it. It's super simple. And then let me know if you have questions after I release that. It'll be released sometime this week. But one thing I do want to show you guys, signals members, or if you're interested in becoming a signals member, this is something that's pretty awesome that I just added to the floor that you're definitely, this is worth the cost of it alone. 7-day free trial, but more importantly, I want to show you some of this stuff. So people that are already in, you'll definitely love this. So if you're looking for any chart, check this out. So if you're looking for chart support and resistance, you're new to it. Let's say we want to look at Apple. Boom. Interval. Let's say we want the 15-minute, right? This will give us the 15-minute time frame and automatically pull up what we want to look at and different support levels. So the only support we have here is 143.50 right now. So if we go through and we want to look at different charts with you want to look at the daily heat map of the overall market, automatically pulls up so you know what hot sectors are happening, right? So that's what that looks like. It tells you all the sectors that are doing well that day. Continue through. If you want options flow, big flow, whatever ticker you want. Let's go Microsoft. And so now you don't even have to pay for flow anymore. I'm giving to this with the membership. So you have all the options flow that already comes out and you can look up any one that you want. And so I think that's pretty cool. So there's a ton of different things you can do here. If you want to just simply get a chart for SPY, you want a quick chart that's already charted out for you. You want the weekly time frame, boom. It's going to pull it up for you and give you exactly what you want to see or exactly what you need to see, right? And it's just a quick chart to pull it up for you and get you going. So literally there's over 50 different commands you can use in here, all for crypto. You want to see what's happening, earnings, and basically anything along with that, it's going to give you the earnings coming up, right? And what you want to look at. There's so many different things that I was able to put on here for you guys. It's insane. So like dark pool prints for even crypto, like, come on. So many different things. Bitcoin, you want to see what people are purchasing in Bitcoin, it's going to tell you exactly what they are buying. It's going to give you the order flow and exactly how much people are spending on these. Like right here, 4.7 million, 3.3 million, tons of different stuff for you guys to use. But mainly, I think it will be extremely helpful for those that may want help with different things. This is automatic straight to you and exactly what you'll need to be able to chart out what you want to see. So that's basically all I got for you guys. I just want to show you this. This is a sick feature that I just added for you guys. And I don't know why it only is showing 5 and 15-minute chart, but it will normally show up from the 5-minute all the way to the weekly chart and give you price targets and basically support and resistance to use on different time frames. So if you guys want access to this, just head over to the Get Trade Signals. There's tons of stuff to use. I'm telling you, this is definitely worth it for you. Just this command tab alone, it's going to give you so much information that a lot of times you got to pay big money for. Like I know a lot of places where you have to pay for flow and get this specific of flow. is at least $50 a month. And I'm giving you guys 7 free trial just because I love you guys. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be posting it soon. I'm also posting the live trading from Friday. That will be up shortly. So let me know if you guys have questions in the chat. But besides that, I am out. See you guys.